As the sun rises over Bloomington, you'll find many drivers fighting traffic to get to work. But not here.
It's great. Being outside, getting some fresh air, exercising.
That's how many employees describe their commute at Quality Bicycle Products in Bloomington.
I live right over near Minnehaha Falls, so it's about 32 miles round trip.
Next to the line of bikes that carry the workforce here, you'll find John Schultz and the bike builder department, where up to 6,000 bikes are assembled each year, about 150 a week.
A lot of people might not be too enthused about sitting behind a desk, and they would like to get their hands dirty and work with tools and get back to assembling things in the United States. And QBP offers like a few different departments that do that.
Quality Bicycle Products is one of the top 10 manufacturing employers in Bloomington. A thriving industry here. Many people may not know about.
I grew up in Bloomington and I had no idea really, but yeah, here I am back in Bloomington after having left because this kind of job is here.
People tend to believe that manufacturing doesn't exist in Bloomington anymore, that it's all moved out. And that's not the case. The number of jobs is almost the same.
Compared to 1970. Back then, there were about 7,800 manufacturing jobs. Today, there's about 7,500 in the city.
The pay on average is about 30% greater than the state average for manufacturing jobs. The average wage of a manufacturing job in Bloomington is about $83,000 a year, and in the state, the average manufacturing wage is $63,000. So that gives you a really good clue that these are higher tech, higher value-added jobs in Bloomington.
Need more proof? Just take a peek inside Resound, another manufacturing company that made the top 10 list.
We distribute hearing aids that are ordered throughout the United States. We service all hearing aid product in this facility for the United States market. We build custom products. We have rapid prototyping equipment, and we make custom ear molds. We're very proud of manufacturing, and there are a lot of people that like to work with their hands. It's a very rewarding industry working with medical products.
It's also an important part of Bloomington's economy, a city more commonly known for retail, hotels, and planes.
If your jobs available can match the distribution of skills and interests of people, you have a much stronger community.
And places like Resound and Quality Bicycle Products are helping accomplish that goal.
I love when I walk around and take the parts and move my hands.
And if you can work with your hands and commute with your feet, well, that's what a diverse, thriving business community looks like.
Good morning, Baltimore.
And hello, big wigs. It may be the same hairspray at Oak Grove Middle School,
I'm a big girl now.
but the hair pieces,
It just needs to come so that it's right here.
there's nothing usual about them.
Wigs, wigs, wigs for days.
Almost 70 hairdos were created by costume designer Kevin DeHaani,
Let me do some adjustments here.
and each one
It took me like a day to get all this glitter glued on.
made of foam.
I used like acoustic foam that you'd find in your chair in upholstery. I used pool noodles, and I used yoga mats.
A new take on some old hairstyles.
There's never been anything like this done for hairspray before that we know of.
And making this big of a statement
The goal is going to be to get all of this on top.
requires commitment.
I just work evenings and weekends, and it's taken me about 9 months to make all the wigs.
It also takes some creative engineering.
I have glued in here straws, drinking straws, that provide air to the inside, and it also allows her to be able to hear because this is covering her ears.
Dedication.
Little wig trick.
That's nothing new for Kevin.
All right, so kind of close your eyes for me.
Last year, his handmade masks for the Lion King musical here were just as detailed.
I wanted it to be great, and I wanted it to be amazing, and most importantly, I wanted the kids to have fun. And I knew with something like this, how can you not?
I really like them. I think they're really cute, and I think he did a really good job making them. I like how they're like super big and like outgoing, and they're really cool to look at.
I think they're just really original and unique. I've never seen anything like them before.
And you can see these 60s styles for yourself. Hairspray runs March 23rd through the 25th at Oak Grove Middle School. There's a free matinee for seniors on the 22nd.
You've never seen hairspray like this before.
But don't take his word for it.
My mom tells me no, my feet tell me go. It's like a drummer inside my heart.
Come out and support these students sportin' spunky doos.
Don't make me wait one more moment for my life to start.
And the designer,
I made myself this little number.
who put the hair in hairspray.
Go, mama, go, go, go.
A few feet from the hustle and bustle of downtown St. Paul, a much more solemn scene. Where everything stands still.
So May 15th was declared National Law Enforcement Memorial Day by John F. Kennedy well over 50 years ago. And today is the day that we come and pay tribute to the ones that have paid the ultimate sacrifice, lost their lives in the line of duty. And this is our way of showing that we still remember.
Chad Clausen was one of 11 Bloomington Honor Guard members standing guard at the Peace Officers Memorial. There were 17 officers total from the department.
We've always had a big showing at this. We have officers that come out at midnight and throughout the night as well.
Honor Guards from around the state stood here in solidarity for a full day. They also announced the name of a fallen officer. For Clausen, this year was a tough one.
The first officer that I rang was my canine partner, Kane, who recently died of cancer actually on Wednesday. So it's just my way of honoring him.
And that show of appreciation continued into the night. With a parade across the bridge to a vigil where families and friends remembered the fallen. Scott Sager with the Bloomington Honor Guard was there.
Tonight is a pretty special night for the families especially. You see lots of families of officers that have fallen in the last 10, 20 years or even just as early as last year.
Here, roses represented lost lives.
My fears relieved.
And music moved the crowd.
It's really important to support each other, especially when we have people that die doing this job, and we're happy to be here for everyone.
But pulling off a meaningful ceremony doesn't happen overnight. Honor Guards practice until perfect.
You go through Honor Guard Camp, which is up at Camp Ripley. It's 5 days, and you go down and you're doing, marching and learning, all the different techniques.
We do train monthly as a group. We also are encouraged to train at home.
Bloomington's Honor Guard goes to any law enforcement funeral within the state of Minnesota at any time, and we travel, we've traveled, far distances so that we can represent Bloomington.
And while these officers appear stone-faced, emotions hide behind it.
We try to practice things a couple times before each event, but yeah, it's still be kind of nervous because you're that focal point of attention.
I used to be more nervous, but now that I've been doing it for 10 years, I don't get the butterflies as much anymore. But it's it's important when like, let's say the family walks by, you want to look your best, you want to do your best, and really represent the police community.
A pressure these Honor Guard members signed up for, and for good reason.
I was looking for a way to serve at the funerals and at these memorial in a more professional manner.
It just shows the family that of a fallen officer that we haven't forgot, we won't forget, and we'll always be there for them.
A mindset not just for Peace Officers Memorial Day,
Officers, present,
but every day. Because even as the world around this memorial carries on, families of the fallen carry the burden of losing a loved one. A weight they thankfully don't have to bear alone. On the shore of a small lake, a picnic in a perfect place.
It's going to be a party, I think. We need loud music.
At least in the eyes of Yvonne Iverson.
This was a hidden place.
This duck lover,
quack, 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 quack. Oh, I'm not so good.
Loves Bloomington and the nature in it.
Living here 50 years, I never knew that there was an Oxbow Lake.
That is until she walked down her dead-end road one day.
And I come across this wooded area. Absolutely beautiful. There were ducks quacking. I answered their quacks. The trees were full grown. The sky was blue with cumulus clouds. It was beautiful. And I wanted to sit down and just stay here a while.
That one thought spurred 6 years of hard work so she could rest on a bench.
So I kept calling Mr. Boatman and saying, we got to get something going down there for us old people. I said, there's 3 senior homes within walking distance of this hidden secret lake nature site.
You never know when you answer the phone who's going to be on the other end. And one day I answered the phone at work. There was this lady, and this lady was really persistent about this lake, this Oxbow Lake, and she really wanted to have a place to go and picnic.
A need Park and Recreation's Greg Boatman wasn't aware of, but the city decided Yvonne was onto something. And during a final phone call,
he said, the finance committee passed it. You're going to get your bench.
Her wish was granted.
She does deserve it. Yvonne would help anybody out.
It took some time from what I understand, but here we are sitting on a bench that is great for the people that want to come out in the community.
Nowadays, gatherings like this can be enjoyed by all, including the people who live in surrounding senior homes.
I've got to be doing things for people. It's not necessarily for me. It's for the 50 residents a half a block away. It's for the wheelchair residents that can wheel down here and just relax.
And while the invitation is open,
3, 2, 1.
The sign here is all hers.
Can you believe it?
A finishing touch Yvonne didn't know about until one afternoon walk with a friend.
She said, Yvonne, there's a sign out there. And I said, you're kidding. I said, what Greg do now? Put a sign out, keep out? My friend drew closer and closer and she said, it says Yvonne's picnic place. I sat down at the picnic table. My eyes filled with tears because I was so thankful this had come to pass. And it's here to stay.
But Yvonne's passion for this place doesn't stop with a bench.
He's got to add 2 words. Yvonne's picnic place welcomes you.
She has ideas for the sign.
Should we add the word seniors?
No. A swing.
Wouldn't cost much money.
A secondary bench.
Maybe I'll have to talk to Greg about getting another picnic table down here.
And a stocked lake.
see if they've got some sunnies or something they could plant in here. And then we could come here and go fishing.
What are you making, this Lake Minnetonka now?
Yeah.
It's a persistence
I'm kind of a loudmouth when I believe in something.
everyone can appreciate.
Her mind is constantly working about what else can I do.
Oh man, you are in for it. She's gonna stay on you, calls and calls and calls, but that's what I like about her.
I would describe Yvonne as one of the funniest, most caring, dedicated people that I have ever met. She is an absolute hoot.
A hoot with a big heart.
I hope in years to come, people will benefit this quiet little sanctuary right between Nicollet and Lindale, where they can drive down, have a sandwich, some to drink, and listen to the ducks quack, quack.
So come on down, because the only thing Yvonne likes more than Subway
Subway, no matter what kind of sandwich it is, it's always good.
is sharing.
I guess I always did say my place. I don't know, I claimed this as my place, and I didn't mean to do that. It's our place.